Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the German tier 10 tank destroyer, the Grille 15. Now it's a tank, I really enjoy it, and that's because it's a big mobile boomstick, which I love high alpha. It's not got the highest alpha out of all the TDs because it's got 750. Obviously there's quite a variation of big alpha TDs at tier 10, and obviously you've got the Jagdpanzer and the Death Star FV4005 with, like, if there was fire AP rounds anyway, 1100. You've got this and the Chinese TD at 750. You've got the Foch 155 at 770, I think, randomly. Obviously got the E4 and sort of the really old school tank destroyers like that at 850, which are crazy. But yeah, I mean, it does still hit hard at 750 like that. Standard B is not happy, really, is he, that we gave him a big slapping. But the big thing about it is the fact that this gun is so accurate. It's beautiful. It's really accurate for 750, and it's really, really mobile. I play it a lot like a medium tank. I really do. Oh, that shot into that T30 is sweet, setting him on fire as well. And you can see, like, I do take up really aggressive positions. Now, obviously, it doesn't always work because, like, coming over this ridge line is risky, like I am right now, and that's because the forehead of the Griller is massive, so they can see the top of this tank way before I come over the ridge line. Now, I'm pretty sad with that first shot we did on the 279E then, that we didn't actually ammo rack him, because we damaged his ammo rack. I never pop 279Es for full health. I've seen so many people do it, and I'm always sad that I never manage it. Like, I've popped 279Es quite a lot, but it's usually for like 400, 500 damage, and I'm sitting there going, oh. Now, we risked the shot at the Leopard 1 there, because I knew he was aiming my way. I knew he'd probably hit me. But we risked it anyway, just to slap a big shot in, because we're already at quite a big game, really. 3.8k, and we're only, what, 2 minutes in. But unfortunately for us, it hit his gun handler and just bounced, which is really annoying, generally. And then we got tagged by the Standard B, which, again, leaves us on a one-shot now, which is sad. But we've got shots at these guys, and if he's going to poke like that, I'll happily oblige in shooting him in the side. I mean, I'm probably quite fortunate that I'm not being shot by artillery, but at the same time, I'm pretty confident as you can be with artillery anyway, that this ridge line that I'm on is kind of protecting me from his fire. Now, I've got Swindle in the light tank and the Manticore there. He's just running around lighting things up, but we are going to be in this position for the most part, looking to get shots. Now, I want to go shoot that Leopard again, because he is a bit of a problem for our E4 down here, but I'm watching those guys to make sure basically that they don't come across and shoot our guys, and that they don't poke out and decide to turn and look at me, you know. So we catch that Leo 1 unawares, low roll at 617. That's not what you want. But while he was unspotted, I knew that if he was to poke around the corner, he'd have to basically snapshot me and get lucky that he'd hit me. So that's what I basically aimed for, is that he'd do that. Now we take a risk here, and that is we try and snapshot the E75 with RBRT, but unfortunately it hits his turret and just bounces because it's got good turret armour, or reasonable turret armour anyway. And like I said, we're always watching for that top corner, because that is always a possibility. And unfortunately, not fully aimed, that shot goes into the dirt. Again, like I said, that Leopard is a bit of a problem for our guys, because he's been a bit of a pain, and he's also kind of limiting what I can do as well. But yeah, we are going to try and take him out. And while he's doing that, we're waiting for him to fire. He hasn't quite fired, but he's pulling back to a point where he's going to struggle to shoot us. We get an 849 shot into the top of his turret, and then someone finishes him off. Now, when I saw that T30 poke out, I thought the worst there. I thought I was dead. But I thought, oh, he's going to shoot me, but no, he didn't bother. We try and get a sneaky shot into that 279E, but unfortunately it doesn't hit. And then there's this light tank that's coming in behind me, and it's like, oh, he's dead. Sorted, Waffle sorts him out. There's the Valor over there, there's that 279E up there, and then the other two are at C1 and C3, and it's kind of like, okay, I think I might be able to get shots at this T95E6 if I end up over here. So we get up, and we can just see a slither of his tank. So we want to get a bit higher. So we're trying to push up a little bit more, hoping that he possibly pulls back. But we'll go. You know, this grill, like I say, the Grille gun is really good. So we're going to see if we can hit that shot from that height. And I do have faith in the Grille gun to hit shots like that at times. But unfortunately, this time it didn't go in. So now we're fully aiming the shot. There we go. Flies in. He's pulling back perfectly for us. We're at 6.8k damage now. We've got that lovely shot into the side of his turret. And it's basically our chances of getting damage now are the two up north in the hills. We're going to try and shut this guy down, but unfortunately, our really high pen gun only damages the viewports. There we go. So these two guys, I'm pretty confident, are looking the other way. I'm pretty confident that they've both fired, so I'm pretty sure now that they are definitely looking the other way. So they're not going to expect me to come up behind them. And I'm basically pegging this 279E. I'm like, you know what? This guy, he is taking the hit. So we poke round, slap the shot into his ass. And then I could have finished the Valor, but it was easier to shoot the 279E and get the bigger damage. And I knew that if that Valor did what he did, he'd die. And we were hoping to get the kill, but unfortunately he gets shut down and we end the game. 7.7k damage though, for just how aggressive we were playing that. And you can do it like that, but you've got to be really careful. So obviously we got high caliber, first class, 1400 base XP, 17 shots fired, 14 hits, 11 pens. And yeah, just generally a very nice game for the Grille. And like I say, you can play it like a medium tank like that, where you can be a little bit more aggressive but for the most part, like that last bit on that 279E and the Valor, you want to be playing the flanking. That little bit of ridgeline warrioring that we were doing there is a very dangerous game to play, and that's because of like I say, the forehead. If you're coming over a ridgeline, it's not going to be, well, it's going to be quite hard really. So this second game we had a couple of weeks ago, and we're with Turkey this time. I think it was on his stream. And it's during the first True Vision test. Now the True Vision test is coming back this weekend, which I'm not all that pleased about, especially when they've paired it with +1 -1. I'd just rather would have had the +1 -1 and just no True Vision. I'm not a fan of it, and this game is probably another illustration of why I don't really like it, because I can post up places like this and just see tanks and shoot them. So like I say, look, we see these guys, they post up like miles away, like they'd never be spotted, and we can shoot them in the sides. If it was a normal game, they'd have been fine there, you know. Like, there's a chieftain there now, so we're going to pop another shot into him. And we're always pulling back because we don't want to be sitting still. If we fire like that and then we sit still, we're probably going to get slap blind as well. We don't want that. So again, we're looking for shots again. We're looking to see if we can see them anywhere. We're looking for gun muzzle flashes in the bushes, basically. And then the FE2 on 5B gets spotted over there, but it's like, okay, no, we're now lit. Pull back. And I think me and Turkey said the same thing. Let's get rid of these guys on our flank. So I'll go a bit aggressive here. Like, that could have been a risky move to do, to go over that ridgeline, because they could have quite easily slapped me from their base. Unfortunately for Turkey, he doesn't pen the T95E6. But I make sure to get the slap into his side and set him on fire, fortunately for me. And that's the first bit of damage we see. We've got 2 blind fires so far and 798 damage on that T95E6. So again, this 907 seems to be alone, so we're going to go for it. But I think we're probably going to be a bit smarter about it, because we got spotted there just as we were about to yellow over that ridgeline. And that's telling us that there's something back there. And I think, I can't remember what tank, it was quite a while ago. I remember Turkey had seen it though, and there we go, we spotted it up. I feel like it was an M48 pattern, and I know that Turkey had seen it without it being spotted, obviously. Yeah, it is an M48 pattern. So he's sat at the back, and that basically made it a dangerous game for us. Now I took a risk there in yellowing that 907, putting a shot into him as I went drive by. But it worked out in the end, and it distracted him long enough for him to get killed. And unfortunately, their artillery shut down our other guy. Now that was risky because obviously the traverse of the Grille, being a TD, isn't the best. So it was always going to be difficult once I got past him to like get round and get into cover if I couldn't, you know, if I tried to, or if I wanted to. So I was pretty sure that M48 was back there somewhere, but I wasn't seeing him. As you can see, I'm like tilting the camera so I can try and see stuff. But then we spot the Grille up. Not Grille, the GW Tiger Pig. Unspotted. It's like, okay, goodbye. I'm not a fan of True Vision. I really don't like it. And we're looking now to see if we can see the other arty. Because I was hoping that I'd get the Pascucci's. Because, you know, you always want the Pascucci's, don't you? You kill the first arty, you're like, I want it. So we get a shot whiffers there. And it's like, okay, what was that? Oh, it's a Grille. Not the Grille, the M48 pattern. And it's like, now we've put ourselves in a really awkward place. He, fortunately for me, pokes out again. So we get a lovely shot straight into his lower plate. Now we're unspotted, because obviously with True Vision as well, you get unspotted a lot quicker if you're out of sight. And I'm pinging it, saying to Turkey, he's there. I can just see him, like you just saw that little flicker of movement then. That was him. And we are moving to this ridgeline again. This is a pretty risky, because my forehead's massive. Like I say, he just whiffs it because my forehead's massive. So he could have hit that quite easily if his M48 pattern gun had decided to. And again, we're watching to see if he moves back up into that position. But I'm not sure he will. It's not the smartest play in the book to do. And yeah, he's dropped down low again to shoot the heavy tank that's coming towards him. Now, again, it's like True Vision. You're always on the lookout. You're always looking for that tank that's just sat still somewhere that you can see. And as we were angling for a shot on the arty, we see the Kampfpanzer. He gets unspotted, but we pop a shot into him anyway. Because obviously, I mean, he was in a bush, but you can just see the back end of him. And it doesn't matter if you get unspotted with True Vision. You can still be seen anyway. There's no point in being spotted or unspotted. There's no point using the vision mechanics, because if you get unspotted, it's like, well, so what? I can still see him anyway. You know, you never get away from that situation. This Kampfpanzer's YOLOing out with a friend, but I shut him down. I'm worried about that artillery over there, because he would hurt me considerably if he was to get shots. But it's also awkward, because if he's hiding behind the cover, he's not quite going to get the shots at me. So we pop that shot into the side of the VK, lovely. And Turkey's coming over like, well, hello. Delete. Goodbye, VK. So again, I'm thinking that Pascucci's medal, I want it. So I'm going for it. I know he's over there somewhere in one of the crevices. And there he is. He gets spotted up. I'm going to see what we can... Well, we're going to see if we can get him, because this could be quite awkward. It's very easy to get a shotgun going for artillery in this situation. And try him with the engine power, but unfortunately we don't get it. So what we're going to do instead is back up and elevate ourselves and our gun to a position where we can shut him down and get the Pascucci's medal. So there's only 2 tanks left. There's the Machine and I think it's the Super Conqueror left. And we're looking for a shot at this Machine, because obviously, look how far away he is as well. I think that was the problem, as I looked and I was like, wait, actually he's out of range. Obviously with True Vision you can shoot up to 720 metres with most guns. I think pretty much all guns, to be fair, unless it's artillery. So we were looking for the shot, and again I'm looking to see if I can see him. Turkey was like, yeah, he's up in the higher bit. We're lucky he misses us when we get a nice slap into his side, and we tracked him. So yeah, Turkey's shot there deletes him and gives us a nice amount of tracking on that guy. We try and snap the shot into the Machine as well, and it was never going to hit. That was a hit and hope, well, a fire and hope shell. And we're just going to YOLO towards him. Now this is dangerous, because that Machine can clip us out easily. So I think it's because at this point I'm thinking, I think I've done quite a big game, you know. Obviously there's loads of damage that I'm pretty sure I did that is unspotted. We can only see 5.4k damage, but you think back, there's quite a few shots that we've had that were unspotted. So we're thinking he was running that way, but he wasn't. He actually ran the other way and caught up with Turkey and killed him. So we're going to pop over, give him a royally big slapping in his side. 727. Sad that didn't pop his turret. That would have been delightful. And we're just reloading the gun. He's given up now. And I'm thinking I will reload before the E100, but the E100's stock, so he hits him for 491, and we finish off the machine. So 6.5k damage, 2.8k assistance. But is it 6.5k damage? No, it's 9.2k damage. There you go. Imagine if that E100 hadn't got the stock gun. We'd have done probably about another 600 damage there. So high caliber, ace tanker, sniper, Pascucci's Confederate, 16 shots, 14 hits, 14 pens, and 9.2k damage. And it's another one of, there's quite a few shots that I would never have got without True Vision. And should I have been able to get those shots? No, because it's kind of silly. Like, shooting people at 700 metres that aren't spotted would never, you know, in the previous game wouldn't have been spotted anyway. Like, great. And then people that are getting unspotted, but I can still see them because even though they're unspotted, you know. Silly, but I don't like it. But that's the way it is. And it will be back this weekend. So, as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.